Good morning, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tech Friday. I'm joined here by my tech divas, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, Miss Terry Johnson, all the way from New York City, where attention is necessary, and I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups. We are the BizChicks, so sit back, relax. We're getting ready to talk tech in English. Oh my gosh, so that you can use it to run your business better.
I love that. Is that first time you saying that? Talk tech in English. I love that.
Yeah, because, a lot of us have tech phobias because we don't understand what they're trying to tell us to do. Some people don't even know what it means when you say click here. Come on, people, let's just talk in English. Okay, what the heck is a cursor and where is the address bar? Okay, we're going to let you know all of that good stuff so that you can get started if you're not really familiar with technology. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Ms. Francine Gregory, who's going to tell us about this week in tech history. How you doing, Fran?
I am well. I'm going to move this over so I'm not looking away from the screen. Okay, November 3rd, 1957, the Soviet Union launches Sputnik 2, the second spacecraft launched into Earth orbit, and the first spacecraft to carry a living creature into orbit. Laika, a Siberian husky dog, unfortunately only survived a few hours into the flight and died from stress and overheating.
Well, he was a husky. I mean, do you really want to send something up with fur all over it?
The Soviets had planned to euthanize Laika regardless, as Sputnik 2 did not have orbiting or re-entry technology designed into the spacecraft.
Oh, they wasn't planning on bringing Boo Boo back anyway. He was done from day
Oh my
one.
gosh, that is so sad.
That's
well,
ugly.
Okay, he is forever in history. Now, Attack of the Clones, November 4th, 1982, Compaq announces their Compaq Portable PC, one of the early portable computer designs and more significantly, the first successful IB-compatible PC clone. Compaq eventually succeeded where other similar companies failed because they took considerable care in creating their product on two fronts. First, they created the first 100% IBM-compatible BIOS, the only proprietary component of the IBM PC, spending $100 million to reverse engineer the IBM BIOS using clean room techniques. This also allowed them to avoid copyright infringement charges. Finally, they were legally and financially prepared for the inevitable lawsuit IBM would bring against them then, which was dismissed as expected. So they copied the BIOS, they reverse engineered it, and now if you ever read your, that long stuff that you have to read to agree to when you get ready to use something, it says in there that you agree not to reverse engineer.
Oh, really? How interesting. But what I love about this, because we're talking about business, what I love is that they built in a fund to take care of the legal issue that they knew they were going to have.
Yeah.
That's smart.
That was
we know
very...
y'all going to sue us, so, we just
going to be ready.
Anyway. They got legal on standby.
Android introduced November 5th, 2007. Google introduces the Android platform, its mobile operating system for cell phones based on a modified version of the Linux operating system. The first Android-based phone would ship in September of 2008. That was just 10 years ago.
Wow.
It just seems like
so much longer, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does. November 6, 1980, IBM signs a deal with the devil.
What's that mean?
IBM and Microsoft formally signed a contract whereby Microsoft will create an operating system for the in development IBM PC. During the summer of 1980, IBM was originally interested in licensing the popular CP/M operating system, but the inability to come to an agreement with Digital Research led IBM to ask Microsoft if they could develop an operating system similar to the CP/M. Microsoft was already going to work with IBM to deliver their basic programming language for the IBM PC, but they did not have an operating system. However, Microsoft knew that a small company named Seattle Computer Products had developed an operating system similar to CP/M called QDOS for quick and dirty operating system. Microsoft suggested to IBM that QDOS could work as the IBM PC's operating system. IBM asked Microsoft to license and further develop the operating system, which led to the formal contract on November 6, 1980. After the contract was signed in December 1980, Microsoft would license the QDOS operating system to begin development of the IBM PC version. In July of 1981, just weeks before the IBM PC would ship, Microsoft purchased full rights from SCP for what was now called 86-DOS. IBM PC DOS was the name of the operating system that would ship on the IBM PC, but it was Microsoft that wholly developed the operating system after acquiring it from SCP. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let me say this. Microsoft shrewdly included a clause in the agreement that allowed them to sell the operating system to other companies under the name MS-DOS.
Okay, so that's why this story sounds familiar. Okay.
Yes.
Because I remember having to study this when I took a little computer class on how to, break down the components and put the thing together and all of that good stuff in the 90s. And I remember that story about the operating systems, but I couldn't remember the significance. So that's where MS-DOS came from.
Yes, it was this clause that changed the course of technology history, opening the door for Microsoft to become the dominant technology company of the PC era.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft seemed to understand that by controlling the operating system, the underlying hardware became less relevant. IBM obviously did not consider this concept, nor did they foresee that companies would be able to successfully clone their hardware platform. Okay. Once companies were able to clone the hardware, they needed an operating system, and Microsoft was more than happy to provide them with that operating system, which by design was completely compatible with IBM's PC-DOS. I'm just saying. You can read more about that on This Day in Tech History by Marcel Brown. It is a blog. November 7th, 2000, after only 2 years in business, Pets.com shuts down operations. Cited as one of the biggest failures of the dot-com bubble, Pets.com was able to gain significant brand recognition through its extensive marketing campaign and sock puppet mascot, but lost money due to the unsustainable business plan. Ironically, the company's best-selling product was its sock puppet.
Mm-hmm.
On November 8th, 1895, German physics professor Wilhelm Röntgen stumbles upon what he would later describe as X-rays while experimenting with electrical discharge tubes. Curious as to what was causing a faint green glow on a nearby fluorescent screen, Röntgen began systematically studying the unknown rays and published the first paper on the phenomenon less than 2 months later. He referred to the rays as X, indicating that they were of an unknown form of radiation at the time. The name has stuck, although in several languages, X-rays are referred to as Röntgen rays in tribute to his discovery. Incidentally, Röntgen was awarded the very first Nobel Prize in Physics in 1901 for his work on X-rays. November 9th, 2004, the Mozilla Foundation releases version 1.0 of the Firefox web browser. Firefox is significant in internet history because it represented the first serious alternative to the dominance of Microsoft Internet Explorer. By many estimations, Internet Explorer had risen to over 90% of browser market share since the downfall of Netscape many years earlier. It is interesting to note, however, that it was Netscape itself that started the Mozilla project when it released the source code through their Netscape communicator software in 1998. It was upon this code base that foundations of Firefox were laid. Firefox's original name was Phoenix, seemingly in tribute to the fact that out of the ashes of the fallen, Netscape became a new browser. And that's your week in tech history. So what I'm seeing here is that technology is built on the work of someone else, and you keep building and creating.
Yeah, you don't reinvent the wheel. You take what someone else has made and you improve it. But a lot of businesses have started that with products. They see someone with a product and they say, I can make that better, build a better mousetrap, and then they build upon something that was already done.
And Pat Murray from Durham, North Carolina is here, and she says that Dr. Christine Darden, one of NASA's, okay, what is going on? Okay.
Hidden Figures.
Okay, yes. Hidden Figures will be speaking in Durham next week. Pat, you going to live stream that for us?
Ooh.
That would be wonderful if we can get that one on the live.
That would be an event, girl.
We're trying to tell you. Just a thought.
Skywriter.
It would.
We'll be tuning in. So that's your week in tech history. Technology has definitely changed the world, and we wouldn't be here today talking because the technology has kept changing and changing till it got easier for us to be on camera.
Yeah.
Remember how you used to have to hook a camera up to your computer?
I can see y'all are too young, but I can remember the little box camera that my grandfather used to look into, and we'd be upside down to take our picture. Yep. And then they went from that to the Brownie to the Polaroid to the, and the next thing you know, you got 16 millimeter film going. Girl, we was hot stuff.
Good. I remember when there was no cameras on the computers. You had to hook up all of this peripheral stuff to get anything done. Mm-hmm. None of that was going on.
Yep, you had to clip stuff to the top of the monitor.
It was just it wasn't a good look at all.
Pat says she had a little black and white webcam back in the day. Yep, I'm feeling you.
And okay, I'm going to say it. There are still people who I don't have a camera on my computer. I was like, how is that possible? You know what I mean? They have to, and they thinking the webcam is still the way to go, and I was like, wow.
Well, the question is, when was the last time you updated your hardware? I mean, and where are you getting the stuff to even keep that thing running?
At the surplus store.
At the Army surplus store? Where?
No, you know how the state of California had the surplus outlet.
Sale.
Yeah, and everybody, I could remember people going to the surplus sale, getting the old computers, thinking they're going to build them something. Because they didn't want to spend the money. I was like...
When you get a government computer, and Terry knows this, Terry to Terry, we strip that crap down so... You probably got to buy a new motherboard. It's so stripped.
Yes, because with government computers, because of the FOIA law, which is Freedom of Information Act, we had to take the hard drives out of any computer because of the information that's on it.
And I don't know about you, Terry, but our computers weren't smart anyway. They were designated terminals. You were not surfing anywhere.
Well, where I was in IT, we always got the best, so the best of whatever they had, which was not saying much.
I got the best because I was a trainer and I was doing it. But
there's a hierarchy, right? There's a hierarchy.
But when I was in the office processing paperwork,
you needed it.
That's all you got was the screen.
Regular assistant, you're gonna get like the oldest. You're gonna get the hand me down.
For real. Well, I do want to talk about something, ladies.
Okay.
And that is, I want to ask you how you feel about this new Facebook portal to portal.
Oh, good, because that is on sale. So I'm glad you brought that up.
It was on sale, I think yesterday.
Yes.
And to me, it just sounds like a tablet that allows you to do Messenger better.
That's all it is. It's nothing else to be said. That's what it is.
It follows you around the room, so you don't have to hold your phone, your tablet, and it zooms in.
It's for video calls.
But it's using Messenger too, Terry.
Yes, well, it should, because Messenger is its own platform. Why wouldn't it?
So, but if you don't have a surplus item, your phone should allow you to do all this stuff already.
You can make video calls. You can make video calls right now with Messenger. Like I've said several times, I use Messenger to contact. Yeah, that's about, if you want to reach me, I use Messenger because it does video, audio, text, and pictures and all of that. I don't need
Terry, my daughter and I talk on Messenger more now because we found it to be a better connection for her.
Yes.
And, our FaceTime, because she's got
it does right. You don't need iPhone to iPhone. You don't need Apple device to Apple device. You just need device.
And you don't use your data. You just, if you're on Wi-Fi, you're just using your indoor Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Or you can use your data, whichever one you happen to be on.
Right.
So I was confused, and then the thing costs $199, or you can get two for I think $349 because you want somebody have a walkie-talkie on their end, basically.
Well, here's the thing: the thing that they did that made it upgrade from using your phone is the fact that it moves with you. That's the only.
I really want that.
Well, I mean, some people are going to want it because they're not going to, they're already, they considered a phone that flips still, they consider that cool, and I'm like, whatever there, dude, for the StarTAC.
I was going to bring that up. This is for the people that have flip, no disrespect.
No.
People have flip phones.
Right.
This is for people who are not techie.
Or who don't want to be.
Into the next century.
Okay. So let's think about, have you seen any of the commercials? I have on TV.
I have too.
No, but they were talking about it on the article that it's sort of like.
But when you see the commercial for it, it skews older.
It does. It really does. It doesn't say a millennial is not going to be the one using that.
Millennial not going to want
this. This is a heart. This is a heart type thing, and you notice they're launching it during the holidays, so the I'll be home for Christmas type of thing. Come on,
but I have a phone.
Boo-boo, but we can see him on the screen.
But I have a smartphone.
People, please.
And I spent a ton of money for.
And it is definitely skewed to the older audience. Because it's like the same thing that Amazon had, that little thing where the grandma was sitting at home and she was looking all forlorn because the family had left, and she gets the package in the mail, and then she opens it up, and then on the package it said, say, hey, whatever her name is, hey, Miss A, call home. And she calls home, and the little picture pops up, and it's her family on the other end, and she's so happy that she can still see her family.
Mm-hmm.
Where they could have bought her a phone or a tablet, but this sits on the nightstand, or it sits in the kitchen, or whatever. It is the tablet.
It does absolutely nothing. I mean,
well, it tracks grandma. I guess they're scared we're going to all fall down and not be able to get up. I don't know what they're doing with this stuff because we're a lot healthier than we were, or we're somewhere where we can get assistance if we get to that point because there's so much.
Well, if you got an Apple Watch and you fall, if you have an Apple Watch, the new Apple Watch, and you fall, Apple knows that you're falling.
And it will call 911 for you. And they'll tell you how you fell.
Yes.
Whether you fell backwards to the side or did you trip.
They know the trajectory.
And what about these Apple phones? If you hold the button long enough, it's going to ask you, is this a real emergency? If you don't do anything, they're calling somebody.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Anyway, so I thought it was weird. But evidently,
okay, wait.
For it, ladies.
Wait a minute, Terry.
For CD players.
Wait, Terry. Wait a minute, Terry. Before you jump over there, it's better than that weird cat that sits in the house.
Yeah. From China.
That weird cat-looking thing, and it says, your friend is doing laundry.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, wow. And it's on all the time. Creeping people out. I was like, who does that? And it's kind of like the same thing, but at least you get to turn that portal on or say something to turn it on, I hope.
Oh, yeah. And then Patricia says get vocal is available. And then, what do you mean move with you in air? I'm not sure. Patricia's asking, what do you mean move with you in the air? I think what I was trying to say was it follows you around the room.
It does.
Yes, if the device is stationary, but
you don't have to carry your device around.
It's motion. It's motion. I'm assuming that there's motion sensor in it, and it follows you because cameras can do that right now. Because what is it, the Mevo camera? You can lock in on a person, and it will follow that person.
And Lakeisha says, someone just told me they had no idea how to even turn on their computer. Okay, all right. Oh, my gosh. So I just thought it was weird. And then the whole idea of having something following me around the room. Okay.
And these are the same people who have an issue with privacy.
Okay.
That's why it's not going to sell. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not going to sell. The target audience for this is small already. Facebook.
Yes,
you guys were thinking.
But Facebook is in keeping it with friends and family. So you now instead of you,
which is a small audience because everybody that's in that group, if they're a certain age, I'm not going to give it an age, but they're a certain age and they have a phone, they know how the mechanics of it, how to make a video call.
And listen here, when the grandkids come over, they're going to grab that phone and say, Grammy, let me show you something.
This is how you do it.
I mean, my 4-year-old knows how to make a video call. Come on, group.
Well, but see, Terry, it is not for us. It is for those who still have a phone that flips. So, clamshell,
they call it.
Yeah, the whole StarTAC thing. So when that person that's sitting at home, all they have to do is push a button to call somebody. It's easier for them. They don't have to try and figure out you don't have to try and figure out the small numbers
on the screen. They don't have to set up a computer.
This is the jitterbug people.
There you go. And you don't have to push. You don't have to push buttons other than place a call, and it's already set up to go to a particular person. It's not going to be difficult. You don't have to know how to turn on the computer.
Right. And see, like I said, the market for this is small. So I don't know what Facebook was thinking because it only makes video calls through Facebook Messenger. It doesn't do any voice assistant like the ones that we have that do other things. Lots of other things. This just makes video calls.
Right. And I think that this is Star Trek so that you can talk to your family back home while you're out on Voyager. Terry, you are muted, and I don't know if you meant
muted, Terry.
So, this is Voyager. I'm out on. Terry, why are we calling me?
I just wanted to know if I could ask my phone to video call you and answer this yes, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You tell SIRI.
Yeah, you just call them but see, most people. But see, Terry, here's the thing. The level of having to turn on the phone is an issue. How to set up Siri. If somebody didn't set all that stuff up for you, I can see where this
already set up though. I don't,
okay, no, Siri don't come set up on the phone. You have to turn it on. You know, do you want Siri?
Okay, I'm good. I'm just like, I don't understand. You gotta buy grandma a phone
and teach her how to use it. So here's the thing.
Buy grandma a new iPad Pro.
Yeah, now see, and it don't even need to be a Pro. It could just be an iPad.
The new iPad. Okay, the new iPad.
Right. Again, there are things that whatever that thing is called from Facebook. What is it?
What?
Portal. Okay, it is only one function. It is not like you get to watch TV, watch a movie.
It's a Star Trek communicator.
Don't get her iPhone. Get her an iPad. Get grandma and grandpa an iPad because it's a bigger device. You don't, like I said, you don't have to splash out and get the one that I want that's $2,000 because of the hard drive space. You just get one that's 64 gig, whatever the smallest size is.
32 gigs.
Grandma can use it to take pictures, to read, to go on the internet, to read her email.
Yes, but see, you're supposing that they have email.
I hope set grandma up with Yahoo. Set
Gmail.
grandma up with the Gmail account and say, Grandma, this is how you want to talk to me if you don't want to make a call.
Well, as a grandma, call me.
So you know, there's levels to grandma-ness. There's levels to this grandma-ness. There's, you know.
There's the ones who use this.
You with it. You got
it. Francine, you know, when we helped our friend, she's 86.
But she's working the phone, and she's like, I want to
work the phone, right?
Yeah, she's working the phone.
I think a lot of times people forget that, you know, we built the first Apple. We built this sucker. We can work this, people.
But there are some people who don't want to be bothered. I'm just saying.
Okay, so give them a portal.
Well, tell them, listen, you want to see pictures of your grandchild or whatever's going on because they're putting it on Facebook. So here it is. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
And once you put the iPad in her hand, they're not going to it's like with getting the voice assisted devices until you get one. You don't understand, well, why do I need an iPad? And then you tell grandma, well, it's because, and you say, look, here's baby so-and-so. Here's the birthday party from last week. Here's them at baseball practice. Whatever the child
is. Here's your neighbor's front door. Here's your front door.
Yes, something.
Well, because, you know, I've set my mom with all her gear. She has an iPhone. She has a tablet. She has a laptop she doesn't use because it's not Apple. Or maybe did she get an Apple? I don't know. But she has her iPad. She has her Ring doorbell. And
I think that Ring doorbell is essential.
It is. I really do believe, even if you don't get the monitoring where they call the cops, at least have the Ring doorbell. Because that way, for a senior person, you don't have to get up and go to the door. You just like, no, I'm good. Leave it there.
Another reason to get the iPad. Get the Ring doorbell and they need the iPad and they're good.
And let me tell you about the Ring. Now, Amazon owns Ring. However, the Ring app does not work on the Fire tablet.
Oh.
And it doesn't work that well on a Samsung tablet either.
So it's iffy on Android?
Not on the phone. It will work on an Android phone, but it's iffy on the tablet. And so I was like, that.
A phone and a tablet are different devices. They work differently.
Right.
And the apps work differently. So that's why.
Right. Well, but on the Apple, it works on the phone or the tablet without a problem.
Right. And that's because Apple's a closed system, whereas Android, is open system where they have to work with different manufacturers of different devices. Apple ecosystem works with Apple hardware, and they're married together. So it's one company. They work well on, different devices, whereas Android has to work with Samsung and all of the other manufacturers of Android devices.
So they got to cook 15, 20 meals for 15 or 20 people. They're making where Apple is
instead of one blueprint, they got to come up with 50.
Right.
And they all 50 unique blueprints that it all gotta work seamlessly, which it ain't. So that's why.
Yeah, I didn't want to take up all the time with that, but I thought it was just really.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. That was one of the things we was going to talk about was Facebook Messenger, because now Facebook Messenger has the unsend feature.
Oh, tell me about the unsend.
Yeah,
tell.
So let me bring, because I had it here.
Do tell. Unsend.
Yeah, so Facebook unsend feature will give you 10 minutes to delete a message.
Woo!
Facebook Messenger. 10 minutes after you originally sent this. So it's coming soon in the new release. So whenever they decide to update Messenger, and it's the iOS, which is iPhone only. Sorry, Android people. There's no details on it. And I'm looking for it. So they started testing it in October. Mm-hmm. And we'll see when it comes out. So, when you send a message, it's sent. But now you will have 10 minutes, like your Gmail. There's an undo.
For how long, though? I think it's a few seconds. I don't think it's no 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Right. No, it's not 10 minutes in Gmail, but there is a feature that, in case you go, whoops, I CC'd too many people or somebody needs not to get that, there's a quick pop-up that says message sent undo. Click that undo and Gmail sends it. And it's just based on a delay. So instead of the message being sent immediately, it'll go in a queue of 10 minutes, and then it's like a timer. And once the 10 minutes, then if you haven't done the delete or the unsend, Facebook will send that.
And now that it makes sense why Gmail sometimes takes a minute to get. I'm like, why is this email taking forever to get there?
Because there's a queue. There's a little holding queue because, it has to have a space where it goes from you creating the message and pressing send to a space of holding whatever Gmail sets it to, a few seconds or a minute or 30, whatever it is.
I think
then after that time is up, the database sends it out.
Right.
Which is like scheduling.
Yeah, which is like a small schedule. I think that works.
Think of TV, with live TV, there's that 30, I'm not 6 second, is it 6 seconds? I'm not sure what it is. But live TV has a delay, a time delay, so censors can check the
I'm sorry.
And any kind of, whatever from going on TV, so they can look, there's people that sit there and they push the button so the words get bleeped out and all that. So there's a delay. So that's a cache. It has a space to hold the signal before it goes out. So the same thing with this. There's a space where they're holding it, and then until you decide that you really want it to go.
It's like purgatory.
Yes. Well, look what Pat had to say over here in the chat, y'all. She says, problem is people are so quick to check their messages that they still see your angry diatribe.
Well, that's on Messenger. That probably is not going to be the case for the email. You can undo the email. People they won't even know you sent the email. But you are right on the Messenger. If the message comes across and people are quick to see it, that don't mean you didn't say it.
Can you send them a nice note? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Oh my goodness,
gosh.
How you doing this morning, Karen?
We have Coach Karen.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
And Patricia, Lakeisha asked something about something flowing up, and I'm like, I think it follows you, is what I was saying. I don't know, Lakeisha, if that answered your question, but I think the portal follows you.
Asking you.
Yeah, I know the portal follows you around.
Like the little eyes on that cat.
That was creepy.
Somebody said in the article it did sound like it would be creepy. I think it would be creepy.
Well, I mean, if like the little cat thing, if it's on 24/7, and then you move in the room and it starts following you around, that's creepy. Just saying, it's an inanimate object following you around.
I feel like it's gonna be like those people who have camera in their house 24 hours a day, where we're watching them do foolishness, and
Oh, you mean the cameras up in the
the teddy bear?
Yeah.
Or the what is that? The elf on the shelf or something stupid?
Yeah. So it's gonna be something like that. I mean.
Yeah, nanny cam stuff.
And so don't complain about your privacy.
Whoop. Yep.
Yep, you can't complain about privacy right now. You invited the thing in your house.
Yep.
and so TJ and I have talked about that before. The HomePod, the Alexa, or what's the other one? Google Home. They all are listening. They're listening for a keyword, and then they begin to record your conversations. Now this one is going to be taking pictures of you.
Right? And think about, do you trust Facebook? They got the privacy thing that's been going on all year, and it's gotten worse instead of better. So, and they are going to use data, because they're going to use that data for Facebook ads to allow people to target you because you use a portal.
Yep. And what do you do when you go on the portal?
Nothing you can't do.
Terry, you're muted.
Terry, you're muted again.
Muted.
But she's chatting away.
Terry?
We can't hear you.
You are muted.
I need a whiteboard.
I'm sorry. What do you do when you forget that the sucker is even on? Because it's on 24/7, because you don't know how to turn it off because you're not techie. This is a problem, people.
Oh my God.
If you're so tech adverse that you need this.
You see, the more you add, it's like when we first hear we don't need paper, and then we realize that we double up on paper, even though we were supposed to go paperless.
Yeah, paperless that was not, somebody lied.
That's a joke.
Somebody lied, because I got paper all around this office. I was looking at it today. I was like, what happened? And I got to sit down and go through all the paper and throw it out. And I'm like, what is this?
Right?
Well, paperless is supposed to work if you go paperless. Everyone has to go paperless. If everybody's not doing it, it's not working.
Listen, I had to actually fax something to somebody yesterday. I was like, fax?
Who does fax?
What the heck, machine?
Who does fax?
Who is still faxing, who is still sending
This
checks.
is bizarre.
And if they're not ready, and especially if they're your client and you need to be paid, you need to take your checks.
This was a major corporation. This was my insurance company, which insures hundreds of thousands of people.
You may rethink that, because I'm like, why are we sending you a fax?
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How about an email?
But they still send me that package of paper. I still get that big 11 by whatever with stacks of things to read through in the mail every single year. And she says to me, I'm going to email them all to you, but I still have to send you a copy. That's what she says to me. She said, I'm going to email you everything, but I still have to send you a copy. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I remember when in real estate they were just getting around to electronic signatures, and at first they weren't trusting them, and we're not accepting that unless it's a wet signature. Now you cannot transfer property, like when you go to the when you go to sign to transfer the property out of your name to somebody, they want you in person with an ink. You cannot do that electronically, but the contracts and stuff you could do electronically, and people were all up in arms. No, you can't do it. And there's one agent here. He will not take an email. He doesn't take a text. He doesn't do any of that. You got to do the contract in writing. And we're like, seriously?
That's why I fired the eye doctor. Didn't we have this discussion, Francine?
Yeah, she fired the eye doctor.
Because I'm like, if he's not keeping up with that.
A doctor that's not using devices?
If he's not keeping up with that.
Field is they love it. They even got the robot thing that comes in the operating room. That,
but not Terry's eye doctor. Or wait, not Terry's former eye doctor.
I'm like, I can't even email you. He doesn't have email. He doesn't text. Okay, so to me that means you're not keeping up with technology for that purpose. You're probably not keeping up with the best practices of what you do.
Right.
So we're done here.
I mean, because I had a client in the medical profession, and that's how they had an app that they would use for the reminders for the appointments, and then after the appointment, then it would send them the information, and then they would send them the link to review. Everything was done through the app. It wasn't the receptionist and the people at the front desk calling and this and that. An app did everything. So it cut down on that time of you got to have a person to call people and your appointment is
exactly.
No, the app does it. And it's a service that you buy. I don't understand. You don't have to do all
Listen,
that.
you can set it up to remind me. You can have, your receptionist do it. I don't care. All I asked was, can you text me to remind me about my appointment? Oh, we don't text. Can you send
then bye.
We don't send email. I don't even open my email, but nevertheless.
How do they deal with it?
I have no idea, which is why we don't date anymore.
Wow.
The date is over.
That's mind blowing. I even was trying to get my client to do the paperless thing at the front desk. You know how you have to sign the paper. I was like, you guys don't get out. And she had devices. It's not like it wasn't a money issue. It was a mind thing. Like, okay, do everything with the device. Get rid of this paper. No, they had to have. It's like, come on.
So
I don't know what it is. It's a mind thing.
Okay, here's another thing. Samsung has been teasing its foldable smartphone for weeks.
I saw that.
And now the company has unveiled it for the first time today. That was on November 7th. Samsung calls its foldable phone technology the Infinity Flex Display, and the phone itself has a tablet-sized screen that can be folded up to fit into a pocket.
Okay, so when I heard it, when I heard of this, I scoffed. I was like, no. But I saw it. Mm-hmm. It's a tablet, and then you fold it, and then on the front it becomes a smartphone, and the guy stuck it in his jacket pocket. I was like, that's really cool. It's really cool. So it looks like a tablet. You can hold in your hand. Then the guy folded it like a kid's. If you ever seen those Nintendo games, the ones that like it. Folded like that, and then on the front, when he folded it, it looked like a regular phone. And then
so the screen is folded
and put in his pocket.
The screen folded.
Wait, let me see if I can. Hold on. It looked like this. It was like, and this is my dirty little old Android. It looked like this, a little smaller, and then he, boop, and on the front, it was the smartphone. So it was a tablet in his hand, and then he folded it like that, and it became a smartphone on the front.
So it could be pocket size.
And then he stuck it in his jacket pocket.
He did.
Right.
It was in his. It was, and there should be a little snip of video. It was real quick, a real snippet of video.
I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Called? What's
foldable device. I'm seeing when I'm teasing. It's got a link here.
But
maybe
isn't that a phone?
It's a phone. It says they say it's a
phone
foldable
and a tablet together.
It gives you the sensation of a tablet because
it looked exactly like I said, a tablet. It looked like a tablet, and then he.
Oh, wait a minute! I found a video.
You got it?
Okay.
Good.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can share the screen. I don't know how that's going to work, but let me go over here.
Pat says the front cover is the phone, and when you open it, it's a tablet, like Terry said.
Okay, let me see if I can show it to you on this video. I'm gonna.
Yeah, see if you can show it, because when they he held it up. It looked like a regular little square. It was more squarish than anything. And it was a tablet in his hand. And then he went and he looked at it and he went bloop, and it folded into this, and in the front it was smartphone screen.
Okay,
and then it went dark and he stuck it in his pocket. I was like, that is cool.
Okay, I'm thinking this is the video for it.
Is it a dark?
Wait, hold on.
That might be the commercial. I saw the actual Samsung guy demo it. Let's see. We can see it. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
The one the Samsung guy had was more longish. Like when it folded, it was more smartphone-ish. And they probably
must have been the
different
super
sizes.
size.
They have different sizes. But the one that he demoed, it was like a big square, and then he folded it, and it became...
Okay, let's see it again.
Okay.
Let's see how this is going to go.
Let me see if I can find it, because it was...
It's an Android, and then she's
Samsung.
playing with it, too. And
It does look a little more square.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I saw looked a little different. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh, here it is.
So you can... now, they're also using that so like you have your TV screen can be up on the thing and you can roll it up.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's the same technology where you can roll it up. And then,
I'm trying to find, I found one, but they're playing an ad. They come on with the ad.
Yeah, and that's kind of okay, but I'm like, I don't know if I would ever use that.
Yeah,
and then the person, whoever Co is, let me see, is Co the CEO of somewhere?
Here it is. Here's mine.
Okay.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Could hardly see. Terry, maybe you want to be the main speaker so we can see.
Oh, you guys can change to change the speaker view.
See how he opened it square and then he opened it? See? Real quick.
Yeah.
It's more bar. And see how the front is a smartphone.
Right. And
so
then,
they probably have different sizes. This is going to launch in 2019, it says. It's still going. Let me see.
And who is this? Google is going to be creating an Android for it.
And they're showing the bendable tab. That's a bendable. So they got a lot of different things, but the one I saw, this is it. It was a square. Then he folded it, and it became a smartphone. It was more longish than the one that we just saw with the one that you had.
I'm just saying, technology is changing.
And then it plays an ad.
Don't let it drive you crazy. Stay the course where you're going.
Exactly. You find the stuff that works for you and implement that. You know what I mean? You don't.
Yeah, and like I said, when I first heard of it, I was like, a foldable tablet into a phone. And then I saw that, and I was like, ooh, that is something.
This is the gentleman Co. I believe it might be the CEO. He says when
we deliver, it's the CEO.
He says when we deliver a foldable phone, it has to be really meaningful to our customer. If the user experience is not up to my standard, I don't want to deliver those kind of products. Although he expected the hybrid device to initially find a niche market, he said that he believed it would expand and that we would do, and that we do need a foldable phone. So, numerous manufacturers have stepped up with their own efforts to produce a foldable smartphone. Huawei, Huawei, reportedly plans to release a foldable handset in limited quantities. Lenovo and Xiaomi have also teased their own prototypes. Finally, LG has also invested big in flexible displays, and earlier this year showed off a concept TV that rolled up into a box when not in use. Okay. That might, then you don't have the TV all up on your thing. So this is the box. I guess.
Mm.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Let's see. I guess you can roll the TV up and take it off the wall. Why does everybody got a commercial and not just show us?
Yeah, it just comes
It's
up
Christmas,
commercial.
It's Christmas. Come on now. They got the...
Oh, and it said, oh, that's the portal commercial. If you can't be there, feel there.
See? Feel there. And that's the thing.
Look at the actress in the ad.
Yeah, and she was older. Now, this is the phone. This is the TV screen.
Okay.
Rollable. Okay, Terry, you can't. Let me change the screen. I have to keep talking so I can stay there. So you can roll up the screen. Not sure if I want to do all that work, but...
You know, it's the same like when you have a small space and they show you how you can use the space for 7 different things. Trust me, after the first 2 times, you don't want to move away nothing, to put away nothing, to put back nothing. It becomes tiresome. So
and this rolls down into, let me see if I can show it to you again. Let me back this up. It rolls down into the thing here. You know how it pops up like this and comes down? That's what this
so
does.
It's like a movie screen.
It comes up, goes down,
rises and retracts.
Oh,
right.
That sounds better.
Yeah, that does that.
Instead of it retracts down into the. It goes back down.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense because if you gotta move it and put it away,
and then you gotta
all
pick it
that
up.
junk.
Yeah, I like it.
This is 007 stuff. Remember,
right?
She had all the snazzy stuff in the apartment. Okay.
And
we've
we've
people
seen
been playing with
TVs.
this kind of idea. I mean, not this specific idea, but these sort of things for years. It just they probably might have never had professionally done or things like that. But tinker are people, the people who like to invent things. They invented all sorts of things for years.
All they're doing is going back to get the Jetsons stuff.
There you go.
They're pulling all, Star Trek, the Jetsons. What did you just say, Terry? 007.
007.
All of the stuff, all the gadgets and everything that they use, that's what they're pulling out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because everybody wants to feel sexy. Everybody wants to feel, modern. And
yeah,
bachelors are invested in this stuff to impress people. Okay. It's sort of like the wine club we were talking about the other day, my daughter and I, where they were sending her wine vouchers with her shoe orders, so that you could join this club, and every month they send you a new wine and educate you on it, so that when you have the ladies over, you can act like you know what you're talking about when you open the wine. I'm like, really? Okay, and see, that would have been something my brother would have invested in. Oh yeah, I'm cooking dinner for so and so, and I'm opening this wine, and and I work for such and such a corporation. So when we go to dinner, I don't want to look like an idiot.
So so now we got the portal, we got the crazy cat, we got we got TVs that roll up and roll down like a window shade. But if you don't use it for the purpose that you need it, then what's the point?
It really true. It's something so the people, and the majority of people is going to get it and do nothing with it.
Just because they got it.
Just to say that you have it, right?
Right.
And long before, I came to North America, I had a cousin who was a tinker. What do you call it? A tinkerer. He's always tinkering with things, right? And I didn't know anything about a pull-out couch or turn it into a bed or what have you. But because he was a tinkerer, like he had his bed and it could fold up into a half or whatever and turn it into a chair. He built it himself. He always had things on the walls that turned into something else. That's the guy that look after all the planes and stuff. Like, he did a lot of those sort of things, and he still does. He just never sold anything. It's always his own.
And there are people in history who have done that. I have seen where there's a piano that turns into something else, and I'm like, whoa! It's never caught on mainstream. But they had furniture that converts. The original Transformers where you
Yes.
transform it from a chair to something else.
Well said, Fran. I see he plays the piano. He taught himself to play the piano. I mean, read music, all that sort of stuff. And his piano used to turn into a guitar. He used to play the guitar and then turn it around and play the piano. I never knew how he did it. We just was fascinated with the whole idea. But he could do this with it, you know. There's always those people. But I like that, you know, a lot of things now people are not just keep it for themselves and share it with others who can benefit from it if, you know, that's the direction you want to go into.
Well, that is why we're here too, because there may be a piece of technology that you've been waiting for that you're like, yes, thank you, and that's going to help you get your business done better, or either help you in life, okay, or, you know, or help, you know. There are a couple of things that come out, like the creepy cat, that may not work for you, but but there are things. What technology do you use that helps you do better? Every piece of technology you get should help you be better at your life.
Exactly. And most time we talk about on screen and whatever, but there's this girl in Africa who, you know, came to North America and get her degree in agriculture and what have you, and then went back to Africa and started growing lettuce and realized that she wouldn't be able to get the land space. She didn't have people to give her the capital to invest in it, but started growing it up horizontally, and then on anybody who would allow her on their rooftop, and end up hiring over 75 women and giving them jobs. So I mean, wow. You know, stories like that really make me say, exactly, you know, she look what she got, and she used what she had and turned it into this. And yes, it's part technology, because she's not only growing in the dirt, she's growing in water, and she's growing in, there's some, I don't want to lie because I don't know the name of the stuff that she puts in the water to clarify it, to purify it, instead of using regular fertilizer to have it grow well and you know, all that sort of thing. But she's doing a lot of fascinating stuff. I should look for the article one day.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. You know, talk about women who have changed their communities or whatever using technology, and just talk about the fact that stuff has changed because somebody decided to do something else and said, wonder if this would work for this.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question, ladies. Mm-hmm. Has anybody seen the article about Byte, BYTE, that's coming out? This is in TJ's territory. That they're getting ready to bring back the little video clips for Twitter. Did you see that?
No. Byte. Is that not a magazine called Byte?
No, this is BYTE.
Oh, that.
Yes, it's. You remember when they took Vine off of Twitter?
Right.
Now they're bringing it back. I guess because they see all the.
They're calling it something else. Because when Twitter took Vine away, all the Viners were upset. All the Twitter people were really upset because they, you know, we had done videos, the 6-second videos, and they became big off of Vine, and then Vine was being used for memes.
Yes.
A lot of the memes was coming from Vine, so there was a big outcry. Why did you kill Vine? Why? So now they're bringing it back and they're calling it something new. So
Byte. They're calling it Byte.
Exactly. They're calling it Byte. BYTE. It's supposed to launch in the spring. I think also a lot of people went over to, you know, like Instagram and TikTok and all of the things
because they got rid of Vine, right?
Yeah, have been so successful. I think that Twitter realized, oops, maybe we shouldn't have been so hasty. You know what I mean? So they're supposed to bring it back.
And I think they realized that it was a mistake to do that. Now, if they didn't like Vine, they could have rebranded it like they're doing now. I mean, for them to bring it back means that whoever the person that killed Vine is probably no longer works at Twitter, and they realized that. Because remember, Vine was the first app that was like short form, really, really short form video. And I remember when Vine first came out, people couldn't understand how to use it. But a couple of brands, Lowe's was one of them, that figured out how to use the 6-second app to further their brand. So Vine was the first one that was like, because people were like, well, 6 seconds, what can you do? Well, you saw the creativity. People went crazy and just started doing all kind of stuff and started doing 6-second videos that looped into another 6 seconds in What's the guy? There's a guy that he started off of this. Oh, what is the kid's name? And he did imaginative stuff where he was jumping in and out of cars and he would disappear like magic tricks. Something King? Is his name King? Peter King? I'm not sure his name, but there's a guy that young kid that he started with Vine videos, real creativity, and now he's like really big in video space. What is his name?
Every single thing, everything that comes out, it is for a section of people, and it just works for them. And you have to really, I guess a part of me always feel like if you're not fitting into that section, it's okay. You're going to get your section. And like Terry said, this is what this guy did and how many other people.
What is that guy's name? His videos was really like, it was like, how did he do that? I know he did it with editing, but the way he did it, he became like a really big, famous like person. He got branding. He's a big influencer now. He has branding deals. What is his name? I'm trying to.
Give a rock star with that, eh?
Yeah, and some people.
But this came before Instagram stories and Snapchat was already out. But this was more like people started to go, well, okay, it's more than kids on Snapchat. It's more branding and businesses and people figuring out I could use this as a creative tool to be seen and be known.
Okay.
So I want to ask a question you guys can think about something else that I don't know and I'm trying to understand.
Go ahead, Karen. Ask the question.
Yeah. So I want to understand a little bit. I've been looking at it and I'm trying to figure out. What's the name of that stuff that you guys? Vocal? You know that thing with the little yapping guy?
The yapping guy?
Well, it looks like you want to yap.
Is Vocal the bot or?
No.
A couple Fridays ago, you guys went over there, and I follow you.
Oh, Get Vocal.
Right, there you go. That's it. Is that something like Blog?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
It is. And does it stream? It just stay where Blog stayed, or do you stream out with it?
You can stream it out. You can send it out to like your YouTube page, or you can send it to Facebook too. I think Leland Best was showing us how to do that.
I believe.
Yeah.
I think so.
You can, because you get stream keys on Facebook and you get stream keys from Periscope and YouTube. You can put your stream key in there and share the Get Vocal out to one of those platforms.
Okay. And so are you able to do it while you're doing your show, or you get to do it after?
While you're doing the show. Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Pat is still in here. Pat Murray has been really proficient with that. And then again, Leland Best, he does some things over there, and he's been showing us, little bits and pieces of it. And we use it for like the after show, like today, we would be over there playing around, just because we need we met a lot of people over there that used to be on Blab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the discoverability is, I guess it's better, or, because people can come and check you out over there. And there are no promises, but I like it. It's very easy to use.
Yeah, I popped in and it said if I want to be a beta tester, and I said yes, and I signed myself in, but I didn't do anything else with it. So I thought I'll come in and find out. That's what.
Yeah, and what you do is go over there and play with it, like we do all the time. That's what we would, as a tech diva, go play in the sandbox, see what it does. It's not going to hurt anybody. As long as you don't say the wrong thing, you'll be all good. So just go play with it. And that's, go play. Have fun. Like, oh, what's this do?
Okay.
That's how you learn. Like, what does this button do?
Yes. True.
So
that is, I don't have anything else. Is there anything new on the Instagram front, TJ, or we can?
Nope, nothing new. Still the same.
well, TJ's got all kind of fun things happening on her Instagram stories, which I go in
and TJ is going to teach us about stories.
Because Mario Armstrong has a new podcast, and we're trying to, because with a podcast, when you first start out, you want to get the reviews and the stars on not iTunes, Apple Podcasts, so it rises up. So we've been trying to do this a social media push to see his. Subscribe to this video and go over and review it. So I've taken some of his stuff and reused it and reworked it. So it should still be there on my stories. If not, I know because 24 hours it's gone.
Yes.
So what?
But I'll be doing more stuff for him because he's trying to get more reviews. I think he's up to 24, 25, but he wants to get to 100 reviews.
So let's do this, TJ. Can we do a segment on stories? Because we really need to understand the difference between Facebook stories and Instagram stories and stories on Snapchat. Stories.
Yeah, stories is hot. And then now because of the Byte thing coming back, you need to add that in.
So Byte, you can tell stories on Byte. So we need to learn how
also, YouTube. YouTube has, on their mobile app, they have a little...
where you can do stories?
But not stories. They have little circles that look like Instagram circles. So if you haven't seen it on your YouTube, let me see if I can bring it up. Update your app. I saw it the other day on mine. Let me see if I can get it to come up.
Well, I think we should talk all about stories so we can learn it.
That would be a good thing because I am just totally.
I finally figured out how to do a couple of my stories.
I know how to do a story.
That's weird.
That's what I want to see. I feel like
I had it before. It's not there anymore. Wonder why. Because in my YouTube app, there were little circles here from people that I tapped the video. There were little circles up here, like in Instagram for little for people channels that you subscribe to. But I don't see it anymore. I wonder what happened. That's weird. YouTube.
If you haven't been using it, you lose it.
This was yesterday. I saw it.
Oh.
So I don't understand where it could go. That's weird.
Well, people are still doing stuff. They keep changing stuff. Like, I know one thing with Facebook, you have to go out, refresh, and come back in before you see stuff actually post or whatever. I was like, are we live? Because I couldn't see us. And then I had to shut the app down on my phone and bring it back up, and then I could see it. But anyway, I think that was pretty good. So anybody who gets the portal, tell us how it is.
I'm not getting it.
I'm saving my coin for
something
else.
It's called Messenger. What this?
Terry's so funny. She's like, I already got it. It's called Messenger. It's called the Messenger app. So download the Messenger app. You already have a phone, and you have Portal.
Yes.
And if you have, is there phones that do 360?
Not yet.
Well, not yet. So when you get a phone that has a 360 camera, you really have.
Oh, wait. You got Portal. If you have a smart TV, you have Portal.
That's true.
Yes.
Smart TV, you can run your Messenger.
Phone to the TV.
No, you don't even have to hook the phone to the TV. You can hook Messenger up to the TV on an app.
Pull it in through the app.
I can put the Messenger app on my Apple TV, and I should be able to just talk to you on the Apple TV.
Shut up. Sort of like conferencing calls used to be. Remember they used to bring people in the room and they'd be up on the screen? It was so cool. Okay.
Just
like
saying.
I said, I don't see, and Facebook has a millennial Gen Z problem anyway. So for them to put this out,
because they already know that grandma and them started coming over to Facebook, so they're just gonna play with the people that are over there. How about that?
So they went to that demo. They went to that demographic.
But most of them have a phone. I just don't get this.
Okay, but not most of grandma and them don't have a phone. I'm talking about maybe it's great grandma don't have a phone.
Okay.
Jitterbug.
The jitterbug people. It's the jitterbug people got a phone, which is not really a phone. So
it's just right.
Yeah, and it's
so this feature appeals to them.
Correct.
Because they don't have a smartphone. Smartphone is there's too many bells and whistles.
The portal costs as much as the smartphone.
Well,
that's why I said buy them an iPad.
Well,
they can keep the jitterbug and the clamshell phone, and then they have the new thing for Christmas where you can talk to them on the iPad. It doesn't have to be the most expensive. It could be the least expensive iPad.
But it doesn't follow you around the room. That's going to be the argument.
That.
I know.
Why is that a selling point? I don't understand why Facebook and it follows you around the room. Oh, it's magic. I don't care.
It is they're using the 360 from Oculus. You know that? They're using that 360 view from Oculus.
We're not ready for the consumer market is not ready for VR yet.
Yeah.
Well, now we're close to being ready. Because you got to wear these big clunky, and no, it's not ready for the consumer market.
Yeah, but I think
talk about VR. The talk around virtual reality devices sounds to me like 3D television. Remember, like 10 years ago, there was a big talk. 3D TV is going to take over, and they did a Michael Jackson thing with the 3D, and you had to get the glass. I was like, no, it's not going to be a thing, and it's not. Now
4K is a thing.
4K is a thing, right? Because that, you don't have to do anything. You just get a new, it's just there. You get a new phone, it's 4K. You get a new TV, it's 4K. With virtual reality, they sell these big, clunky, no, not wearing them. The average consumer, they don't want to wear that. No,
and then they're tearing up everything. And they're tearing up everything in the house trying to play games.
I was going to say, the average, and falling into glass coffee tables, the average consumer does not want to be.
They don't want that.
Transported.
It's cool.
Into
I agree. It's cool, but I'm not asking for virtual reality.
I want to do that in a controlled environment.
The only way virtual reality is working with these apps that allow you, as when you're decorating your room, and you can use your phone and put furniture and say, oh, that the couch would go great over there. Oh, that virtual reality, but that's augmented reality.
Exactly. That's not virtual. Works. That's augmented. Right. So means you...
Is that augmented reality when you go into the store and you try on dresses through that device?
Yes. That's it. It's kind of like borderline there. But the one that I'm talking about with the apps that you can do now when you're at home, and you moved into a new house and you need to decorate and you don't want to go to the furniture store and you don't want to go to IKEA, you don't want to go here, there are apps that allow you to buy furniture and things for your home just by using your camera, and they place it in your home. But that's augmented reality.
And IKEA, and you have that on your phone. If you have an iPhone, it's already on your phone, and IKEA has an app, and you can take selected pieces of their furniture and put it in your house.
Yes, their catalog.
And put it in your house.
I like that couch at IKEA, but I don't want to go over and buy it and put it in, and it doesn't work, and I got to go and take it back. I can take my phone out, go to IKEA app, and IKEA says, hey, do this, and I'll show you how this couch looks great or not so great in your house without you leaving. Yeah, and when you're ready to buy, you buy.
I remember when that came out.
Yeah, so that augmented reality, that's going to work. That works.
Yeah,
virtual,
but virtual,
where you play a game and you have to wear something, not ready for consumer market. No.
And those are the niche type stuff that TJ is talking about. Some stuff is niche. Some stuff is never going to make it to mainstream.
The real tech guys that talk about tech and all, they love virtual reality. The average person, no, because you got to wear those. I'm not wearing it. We bought one and I sent it back. I don't want that.
And that's why I don't know if the portal is going to work it's not going to work for everybody. It will only work for certain people, and it's going to be a small market. I'm wondering if we're going to see them at the dollar store after a while.
Okay, so if you have an Amazon show, if you have I think it's the Echo Show, the Amazon device with the screen, would you buy a portal? No.
And because Amazon Echo does, because I remember I went into a house, this is a new build on a house, and they had the Amazon Alexa was all through the house, and it says, tell Alexa to turn on the lights or whatever,
right,
or find out and see who's at the front door. Because the
right.
doorbell was hooked up, it wasn't hooked up to your phone, it was hooked up to that box. So you
right.
had to go over to the box to see who was on the phone. So
right.
that right there didn't work for me.
Right.
But
you got to go over to it.
Exactly. And it was in the kitchen, and you can see if you were cooking something where, you know, you could have done that hands-free, but you
right.
could do that with a tablet. And on the portal, they're trying to show you that you don't have to have on the Google Home pod, they were telling you that you don't, you can do it hands-free. Well, if you set your iPad up with the right stand,
you can just get a holder for your refrigerator. You can stick your iPad on your refrigerator. You just buy a magnetic holder, or you on the cabinet,
or you can sit it down, and it's still the same thing. So
right.
it's up to you how you want to do it. But I'd like to take my iPad with me when I'm finished. So
that's why you get the holder where you slide it in, slide it out.
Mm-hmm. And the portal would have to stay wherever you put the portal at. Like if you set it up in the living room, now you've got to walk into the living room to call grandma on the portal. Mm-hmm. Unless you're going to take the portal and walk it around the different parts of the room.
Right.
Anyway, not telling you not to get a portal. Just think about it. Think it through.
It's not on the must-have Christmas list. I know what's on the must-have Christmas list. It's called Prime, and the device that you buy, you say, hey, do this, do that. That's on the list.
Yeah, and you notice Apple didn't run to make one of those because the iPad does that.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Now, I do like my Siri is all of my HomePods are connected. So I can play music from my phone. Like if I start something, I'm in the car and I want to hear the rest of it, I can put the music into the house and play it throughout the house. I can put it on in the bedroom, in the living room, and in the office, and all of them are playing the same song.
Right.
Or I can have them playing
different. And then
different.
it's a better speaker. The HomePod has
it's
a way
an excellent
better speaker than the other devices. If you're talking about music, like Fran is saying, because when you get the Echo or whatever, the sound is okay. It's not great, but you get that HomePod. That's the selling point of the HomePod, with the speaker and then the integration. If you're already Apple centric,
yes,
it fits right in.
Because I can run my Apple TV through it, and I have surround sound.
See.
Now,
but you have to be Apple-centric already. Like, you're already in the ecosystem of the Apple TV, Mini, iMac, MacBook Pro, Air, and your phone and your tablet. If you're already in there, because they all work together seamlessly. So when Apple made their HomePod and people were, nobody's buying it, Apple people buy it because it's like, it fits into my Apple ecosystem, and I can send the song to there, or I can do this and that really seamlessly and really easy. So that's Apple's selling point.
And the speakers is better than Bose.
Yeah.
And that's saying something, because Bose is like top of the line.
And see, Apple can afford to be niche with this HomePod because, like Fran is saying, Bose, that means something to an audiophile. Somebody who's into audio like that, and they have Apple, and they have everything, all the devices. It's a nice little piece of the puzzle that fits real nice in, and they go out and buy it. It wasn't designed to take over what Amazon is doing. Amazon is tying their devices to Prime.
Right, and that was the thing. Stuff. And there is a way that you can tell Siri to go and buy, to do something to buy from Prime. There's a way to make it happen.
You can do it with shortcuts now, which we were going to talk about in a minute. It's a new app from Apple. The shortcuts is like if, then, this, that. That's like programming. You do one thing and then steps. And it will do it when you press the one thing in shortcuts.
Yeah, like it was showing, like, you're on your way to work. Do you want to stop by Starbucks and pick up your da-da-da-da-da-da-da? And it will order it for you, and you go pick up your coffee.
Right, and you just tell it, put my order in.
Right. I was like, I haven't played with...
So there's levels in there, but you have to see how that works. You've got iPhone, you've got the Mac computer, that you may have the TV, and then in your car, you got everything set up. So you do one thing and it replicates all of those devices, and you don't have to set it up. I gotta set it up to do this and set it in each device. It's just one thing, and it travels to each Apple device that you have, no matter what it is.
You can take your TV, whatever I'm watching on TV, I can watch it on the road, because the TV app. Here's what you were watching. Do you want to continue? Integration. Do you want to continue watching? Blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I don't have to, wait till I get back home to finish watching whatever I was watching. Or
your music. You don't have to. And that was the big thing. People looking for the Apple car. There was big talk about Apple making a car or making a whole car. People were like looking for that, but I don't, it hasn't been any talk. But it's just because you can walk around without having to tell a device to do this or do that. It just kind of picks up everywhere without you doing much. One thing.
Right. I was helping somebody yesterday set up their iPad. So they had bought one, but it didn't have cellular data, and they really wanted one with cellular data. So we took it back to the store and went to where they had Verizon. So we went over to the Verizon store to get it. Mm-hmm. And so we set it all up again, right? And so I said, now when you get home, we're going to need to set it up so that you can put your home Wi-Fi on. We got it in there, and the home Wi-Fi was already on there. It wasn't, we didn't have to go back in and type in the long password or anything, because when they had put it in with their Apple ID, it just brought everything over.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because with Apple, everything's connected to your Apple ID, just like with Amazon, everything is connected to Prime. So there's one thing that Apple is connected to. That's why everything works so seamless, because that Apple ID is a username password. When you enter that into any of the Apple devices, there's a whole world in there that's saved, and you don't have to, if you get the Apple TV and you have to put in your cable provider for each app, you don't have to do that. You put it in one time, and Apple knows when you install, like you would put the Stars app or you put some new app on that's TV oriented, Apple will say, do you want to use your Apple ID set up to connect? And you say yes, and you don't have to type in any passwords on this stupid remote that's hard to do.
And you be going F, and then you got click 4. I'm like,
I hate that. And when it did that, it says, do you want to use your ID for? I was like, yes, please. And I didn't have to type in any, because using that little remote is like, there's no click button, there's no buttons. It's a smooth thing you have to move with your finger. And if you glide over those letters too fast, it's annoying.
It's annoying just to put in all of
those.
Apple.
That's the only thing I hate about that Apple TV. It's a stupid remote.
The remote is slick. It doesn't.
But it has voice search on it, which I haven't used much.
You should use the voice search, because it really does help. Because I'm like, find stuff
passwords in, and you've got an uppercase, lowercase, or you got a number or something. It's like crazy.
Right.
But other than that, everything's connected to the Apple ID. So once you get the Apple ID, say you get your iPhone, you have an Apple ID. When you buy an iPad, you don't have to do anything but put that ID, username, password in, and everything's done for you.
It transfers it'll transfer all of your stuff from whatever devices you had, and it will transfer from an Android device. If you have an Android device and you want to move all your contacts and photos and everything over to the iOS device, you put on an app called Send to iOS, I believe. You put that app on, and it will go transfer all your stuff. I was like, yes. You know how you used to have to, now I got to put in everybody's phone number.
Yeah, you got to put everybody's contact in. You don't have to do that.
Nope.
Hey guys, I have to run.
Oh wow, it's 12:30. Yeah,
we got 90 minutes.
But it was good. Terry, you started all of this with the portal.
You did.
You did. We wasn't gonna go down that rabbit trail, but you took us down the rabbit trail with the portal.
I didn't. You're running off.
I didn't didn't know y'all would be just as passionate as I am about the fact that it was so.
No, because you're right. It makes sense. Everything
like
that
the
we're
dress
talking
theory.
about.
It was just a stupid thing. And I was like, okay, whatever.
No.
Carolina.
All right, everybody. We'll be back on Monday. Even though it is a holiday here in the U.S., we will be back on Monday.
Yes.
It is Memorial Day. No, Veterans Day. Not
Veterans
Memorial
Day.
Veterans Day. But we will be back on Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.